Hi everybody, it's Kim. I'm wearing color today on my eyes and things because I decided to branch out a bit. But today's live stream is with me and Andrew. Say hi, Andrew.
Hello.
There's an ad playing in the background.
Oh. I don't know what we do.
Well, eventually questions will start coming in.
Okay.
And we can have questions. Everybody's saying hi, everybody. We're doing really good. It's very cold here. It's negative something outside. It's very miserable. Yesterday it got down to like -8 with wind chill, which was the worst.
No, it's like 13 right now.
Oh wow, it's 13 degrees Fahrenheit right now. And that's why we're both under a blanket because it's cold out. And yeah, Kim with the fangs. Yeah, I got these like fang things that I like a lot. So I'm gonna wear them for the live stream because I can. Hello, Finland. Serenity the Wolf Girl says, "How are you two? How are you doing?"
Good, minus the weather. Can't stand cold weather. So, hoping to get out of Nebraska sometime soon.
That'd be great. Somebody says, "Come to Canada, then you'll be cold." No, because we already hate the cold, so why would we move to Canada? Except for the healthcare. Maybe for that.
I guess. We get free healthcare.
Don't you worry you're accidentally going to swallow your fangs? No, they're very secure. They like mold to your mouth. It's very cool. Where would you move to?
Where would we move to? I don't know. Not the Midwest. Anywhere but the Midwest.
Somewhere with actual big cities and stuff.
And real seasons. So
yeah, because in Nebraska we have summer, and then there's about a week transition, and then there's winter, and then there's about a week transition, and so we don't get 4 seasons. We only have 2.5, really. It's not great. Hi, Switzerland and Chicago and New York and Michigan. How's Lido doing? He's doing well. He's still inside, but him and I have started to become friends. And I'm helping him be less lonely, so he's feeling a little better about life. Do Win and Andrew want to have kids soon?
Not anytime soon. Like I usually tell people, I feel like I can barely take care of the 2 cats we own, and 2 other human lives seems like, or not 2. Why did I say 2?
I don't know. Maybe you're anticipating twins.
Yeah, no. Another human life to depend on me seems like way too much responsibility. You get any animal in the world? Sorry, someone asked if we could get any animal in the world as a pet, what would it be? It would be a penguin.
Yeah, 100%. Andrew loves penguins a lot. Chloe's here. Hi, Chloe. Chloe from Dissociated. She's a very good friend of mine. Pets are good practice. Yeah, I think we need to upgrade to something more dependent than a cat before we can say we're ready for a kid, though.
Yeah.
Like, cats are pretty, as long as you feed them. And if you don't feed them, they remind you to feed them. And even if you do feed them, they still remind you to feed them. But something like, I don't know, like a fish, where you have to, like, be really aware of their care because they can't tell you things.
Yeah.
And, like, their aquariums are high maintenance and stuff. So maybe fish is a good practice for a baby.
Someone said, what hair color dye do you use? And we used a very expensive salon as the answer to that question.
It's not an expensive salon, but yeah, I don't remember the brand, but I didn't do it. A guy who is also a drag queen, which made me feel very confident about him doing my hair, and he did a great job. So.
What do you do dissociating while driving? What just happened?
What's the question?
What do you do while dissociating while driving?
Oh, pull over. That's dangerous. That's really dangerous. Like, what we'll do, like, that doesn't happen often. Normally, if one of us starts to dissociate, another one will step forward. But like, if we're dissociating and we're driving, it is definitely pull off to the side of the road, put on your blinkers, ground before you drive, because that's like, you're as out of it as you would if you were drinking. So you need to not do that.
Any New Year's resolutions? That's a good question. Do you guys have any New Year's resolutions?
To paint every miniature in the apartment and not buy a new one until we're done. What about you?
New Year's resolution?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I have one. Get a life direction, I guess.
Get a life direction.
Good solid plan on what I want to do. Too many ideas. Not enough time in my life to do them all.
We got Thomas Bradley says, "What's your dream vacation?"
What's your dream vacation?
My dream vacation? Japan.
Yeah, that's part of our, I guess, New Year's resolution, we could say, is saving up enough money for our July Japan trip. So that's a good plan.
Yay. Somebody asked what I'm drinking. It is not Sprite cranberry. It is Red Bull cranberry.
Associated says that's a mood. I don't understand when people say that. I'm a real old person, so I don't understand.
That's a way of saying I relate on a deep level.
Oh, okay.
I'm teaching him references and internet talk. I will randomly like shout out like a Vine reference or something, and he's like, "What's that?" And then I'll have to show him. We're teaching him how to be a person. It's good.
How come you don't like Devilman Crybaby?
I just made a video saying don't bring that up.
No, the cat was right behind my head. Me too.
How do you know if an alter's memories are false? I don't know. We thought about that sometimes, and our therapist said, "Hey, alters have no reason to lie. Trust them." So, like, even some of the stuff that like we have memories come up, and we're like, "There's no way that could be real." And my therapist is like, "Why couldn't it be real? You're in denial of your own stuff." And we're like, "Yeah, probably." We spend a lot of time in denial. So, I don't know. Trust your alters, man.
So, someone said, what are some of my plans for life or my different ideas? So I just finished my nursing degree, and it's kind of deciding what I want to do with a nursing degree. Far off, super like idea plan is Japan, again, going back to that, just opened up healthcare workers visas. So if I could learn enough Japanese, I could be a nurse in Japan and get I want to even say they opened up citizenship up to that. Working at different U.S. military bases abroad as a nurse. So like Korea is one that pops up a lot. Spain, Germany,
Italy too. Right?
Italy is another place. Then just thousands of different the cats are running around, thousands of different ideas like within the United States. Like one that I saw was go live in Yosemite Park for a summer. They'll give you a cabin and just do nursing work when people need you.
That would be so cool. Just live in the park, go out, enjoy nature literally every day.
Yeah. So
let's see. Do you know what people say when you tell them don't look down or don't talk about Devilman Crybaby?
Tracy says she works in the ER. That would be where I'd like to go to. Flight nursing is kind of one thing that I want to work towards at some point. Has Andrew met every alter?
No.
No, I haven't. I think there's one that I haven't.
Well, you
met.
haven't met Jonathan.
Oh yeah, I haven't.
And you haven't met Oz.
Yeah.
You've You've sort of met Ed.
Yeah.
He's texted you. And I think you were seen in passing once.
No, I've seen him. I've gone to the game store and seen him working there.
Okay, yeah.
So everyone loves your super hair.
Yay.
They're
my little Nico ears. Have you played Pokemon Showdown? No, but we were just looking at that game like an hour ago at the mall. And it looked interesting. I love Pokemon. So, have you and Andrew ever gone on an outing together like the zoo or something? All the time! No, Andrew's my super duper best friend, so we do stuff all the time together.
We do hang out quite a bit.
We do movies. What was like an outing? We did, because I haven't gone to the zoo.
I don't know. I don't know if we've done anything super.
We went out for sushi today.
Yeah, we did do
that. Well, he had ramen. I had sushi because I can't eat ramen because my body hates me. Where does Wayne work? At a store. That's a personal question, yo. That's
we can say like a
tabletop
board game store.
Well, it's more than just board games. There's also card games and role playing games and war games.
Yeah.
Would you love having more good representation of people with DID in literature, movies, etc.? Yeah, without a doubt. That's why Wynn does her DID and media thing, that she wants to like really highlight what qualifies as good representation, so that people will get ideas and maybe we'll get a TV show someday that doesn't suck.
I will say that people that handle finances is Wynn. I think handles nearly 99% of finances.
Yes.
To the point of where like I feel like I get an allowance of what I'm allowed to spend my money on because
I almost spit out my drink.
I'm a very like in the moment like to spend money kind of human being. So that's also why one of our goals is to save up a ton of money this year. So
I know it's so funny too because like they'll talk about, oh, is it okay if I spend this? Is it okay if I spend this? Because communication and whatever. And like every time Wynn asks, is it okay if I do this? Andrew will be like, yeah, and then she'll be like, wait, no, we need to save for this, this, and this. And Andrew's like, why did you even ask then?
Someone says, how does Andrew react to a switch? You just carry on as normal, or do you say hi to newly fronting alter? I think no, because usually they'll announce themselves. That's something I've asked to have done just so I know what's going on in the situation. And I'll usually say, hey, and see how the life's been going. And then we kind of go from there depending on what's going on. So I don't think it's ever been very intrusive or anything that's stopped what we were doing.
Yeah, like we're pretty chill. We're used to picking up where the others, drop off because that's like part of being a system. And so like if one of us is watching a movie and it's like, oh, I'm out now, let's continue watching this movie. I'll pick up what I missed later.
Someone said, does your boss know and your coworkers know?
Yeah, everybody at the store knows, which is really cool. Because like my boss is amazing. Like she's like, every time we're at work, she's like, okay, who am I working with today? And like lately she's tried really hard to like call us by our names. Like she'll forget a lot of the time because she's not used to it. And she's very used to calling all of us Wynn, and it's a very busy environment, especially during the holiday season. It was busy, but she's putting in effort, which makes me really happy. And like when she messes up, she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I called you the wrong name. And I'm like, oh my God, the fact that you're even trying means the world. So like, stop apologizing. But yeah, no, and the owner is letting us on System Pride Day. He's letting us put a flag up in the store for that day, which is going to be really, really cool. But so we need to buy a flag. Oh God, excuse me. Is Wynn up front too? Nope, just Kim. Let's see, we got. Have you seen a lot of switches?
Like electrical switches?
Ha,
No. I mean, I guess I don't know what's a lot of switches. Usually I kind of like if they know a switch is happening, I like to give them their own like space to do that. I kind of feel like it's like watching someone change their clothes. You kind of I try to give them their own space, and that's a personal thing. So
What's your favorite Vine reference?
mine?
Yes.
I don't think I have one. I think that's a question to you.
No, because I said I'm trying to teach you things like Vine references.
Oh.
Like, look at, it's freaking bats. Yeah, no, but like we're switching it. Like we don't switch on camera. We don't even like switching in front of Andrew. Like, I'll be like, oh, okay, Kit wants to come out. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then when we come back, it's gonna be Kit. Like sometimes it can't be helped, and it's just like we'll be on the couch, and it's like, ta-da! It's someone else now. But like I don't know. It's just it's uncomfortable, even around someone like Andrew who makes everything comfortable. Switching is just uncomfortable. So, yeah. Have you guys all agreed to do the job you're doing? I mean, yeah, it's a really fun job and we all like it a lot. We've kind of been better about talking about stuff like that. Like Wynn really wanted to do teaching and the rest of us were like, no, thank you. And so we're going to go into the geology field instead. So that's cool.
Yeah.
What's going on with Jessica Mann? She's cool. She was on standby during Christmas. We visited Wynn's family, his Wynn and some of the littles. Like Todd really wanted to. Todd doesn't like being called a little. So some of the other ones really wanted to go, and some of us were like, no, thank you. But we, let it happen. But Jessica was like, the second anyone is mean to you, I will come up front and I will handle it peacefully and we will leave. I was like, thanks, Jessica. So she doesn't come up front really. Like that's the only time she's just like, I'll only come up front if there's issues with family. But other than that, I'm just going to chill if that's cool with you. And we're like, yeah, that's cool with us. You do you, girl. Multiverse theories like Spider-Man. That was a good movie.
It was a very good movie. Do you like writing a book to provide a better representation of people with DID?
Wynn has a book idea that she really likes, but it's very complicated and it would take a very long time to actually write. But it'd be like a thriller type, but not the type of thriller that normally involves DID, which is the one where DID person is the murderer. Woo! So not that. What's the cat's name?
Eliza.
AKA Batcat. Let's see. What kind of music are you into?
What kind of music am I into?
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like I haven't heard good music in I'm becoming such an old man. Like I was like, mid 2000s were the top of music's career. So I don't know, kind of like lo-fi indie pop is kind of where I go with my music.
Vocaloid is our new thing. All about that Vocaloid music.
So how did Andrew learn about Wind System? I've been here through the whole journey. So
yeah, we didn't find out until a long time after we were married. They were married. And then I came in way after everything was already calmed down. So I missed that. Andrew always seems surprised when he gets a question. Dude, we're interested in you too.
Sorry, there's so many things popping
What's
up.
your favorite Vocaloid song? Echo. It reminds us all of DID. And Kit wants to make make a little cartoon music video to it if we ever get time.
Back to the multiverse thing. I always thought it was an interesting science fiction concept. Anyone who was alive in the early 90s, Sliders was a great TV show that deals with that. And then we had the Spider-Man movie as a recent reference, and then the actual Spider-Verse comic series was awesome. And I guess multiverse in comics is a super popular thing. So,
can you draw?
can I draw? No, I cannot. Yeah, Someone Knows Sliders. That was a great TV show.
Let's see.
I don't know.
Have you heard of Vocus Circus? I don't think so. It's not something I'm familiar with. A bunch of people are saying that they liked Wynn's fix, which is cool. Well, one's very much not finished. It's only like halfway done, so there's only one that's complete. But I'm glad you guys like it. You guys admire some famous people with DID? I don't know if we know famous people with DID.
I mean, Chloe. She's pretty famous now.
Chloe's famous. Eminem is famous. They just hit 100K subscribers, which is exciting. Good for them.
Oh, Multiplicity in Me.
Yeah, Multiplicity in
I
Me.
was like the rapper.
My senpais have reached such a huge milestone, and I'm proud of them. Chloe says, "I'm not famous. You're more famous than us, bae." Are there any famous people you really want to meet? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, let's see you.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Do you have any
famous people I want to meet?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like other than who was the one famous person I met that I was just like, oh, I'm meeting this person.
The comedian?
Mike Birbiglia. When I met Mike Birbiglia, that was a big deal for me. But I've seen a lot of famous people in my lifetime, and it's just, I don't know, they're people.
Wynn is in the back being like, it was so cute when you met Mike Birbiglia. Apparently he was very starstruck. Yeah, I don't know if there are famous people I want to meet. There are fictional characters that I want to meet. Like if I could hang out with Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen for a day, that'd be cool. I'd be down with that. I guess, and it just left my, I had it in my head, and now it's gone. I'm sure it'll come back later. Does anyone in the system listen to Panic at the Disco before? I'm like, Wynn likes them a lot. I think they're okay.
I saw them at concert once on Random Happenstance, and that was a fun show. But that's about the extent I have with them. Which
super important question. Favorite flavor of popsicle?
Orange.
Blue.
Where are you from? Where's who from? I guess would be the question.
You.
Me? I'm from everywhere. I've kind of lived all over the place. Born in New Jersey. Spent a lot of time up and down California, up and down Georgia, Florida, Texas, and now Nebraska. Oh, Korea too for 2 years. Mm-hmm. So I've lived everywhere.
Somebody made fan art. Where can you put it? You can send it to us on Twitter or submit it on Tumblr. Link is in literally every video that we've posted.
Someone says, have we read Moon Knight? No, but that's on my to-read list is Moon Knight. I've heard a lot of great things about Moon Knight. So
you guys are American? Yes. Born and raised. Which Korea? the not scary one.
South Korea. We just have the 2 cats, to someone who asked if we have another pet.
Yeah, just the 2 kitty cats. Eliza's mine because she's my colors. How'd you end up in Nebraska? I was born and raised in Nebraska. Andrew came here because he likes us a lot.
Yeah, that's how I ended up here. What's my favorite ice cream flavor? Mint chocolate chip. Do I speak Korean then? I speak some Korean. A lot of it's gone out of the way. Like, I still remember how to say, hello, thank you, I want that, give me that, where am I, how much does this cost?
Do you know how to say, like, 1 beer or something?
Oh, yeah. I know how to, yeah.
The essentials. How was Christmas with the altars? Did everyone get a present? We got a Pokemon Edition Nintendo Switch, which the whole system has been using.
I say we've kind of been working on presents, I think, for everyone. I think since like November, trying to get everyone's like at least something. So I think a lot of the alters picked out specific things that they wanted. And we've been kind of, even if it was like reading a book, like a children's book to them or something like that.
Yeah. Kit got wings.
Yeah. I thought that was something said. I was like, oh wait, yeah, no, we did buy wings for.
Yeah, Kit got fairy wings, which for a long time she was like, that's so silly. Why would I do that? And then Andrew was like, look at these. They're so pretty. And she's like, maybe I'll get them. And then she got them. And then like they came in the mail like a couple days ago. She was just like, oh my God, they're perfect. And she like wore them around the apartment and kept bumping into things. But she embraced herself. So now I have an outfit / wig that makes me look like me. And she has wings and like little fake ears that make her look like her. And Daniel has his boy outfit. So everybody's getting their thing.
We got the Eevee version.
Of course we got the Eevee version. Pikachu's all right, but Eevee's the bomb.
So.
What happened to your video on everyone's opinions of the other altars? It's still up there. It's the relationships video.
Oh, I thought it was that one.
No, the one where we pick on each other? No,
yeah.
No, we never posted that. It was not friendly. Turns out we had a lot of unworked through animosity. And that came out when we were trying to impersonate one another. And we're like, you know what? We don't need this meanness out on the internet. Let's work through our problems. We'll try this again when we're more friendly. Since Wynn is so strict on money, do you ask her before making purchases? Yes. And when we don't, it ends badly for everyone, usually because we're not being responsible. And that's why we ask her, because she's good at budgeting, and the rest of us are just like, let's spend money. I got Pikachu version for the Growlithe. I got a Growlithe. Maybe I brought that in from, because you can bring stuff in from Pokemon Go. So, yeah.
I borrow a win.
That's Chloe. You talk. Chloe's messaging
me. I'm not good at this. Okay. Well, no one's asking a question.
Ask Andrew questions, guys.
How was it the first time when realized there was a headspace? I am not qualified to answer that question.
Sarah says, I think he sent you that necklace. Yes, you did. This is the diffuser necklace that you sent. And peppermint. When put peppermint oil in it.
People like your fangs.
Do you like wearing glasses?
Do I? No. So that's actually a really long story on how I finally came to wear glasses. When I first joined the Army, they told me I had 20/20 vision. So I just assumed everyone had bad vision like I did. And as it turns out, they just rushed me through. And it wasn't until it was actually the DMV, the military driver's license people, when I was doing my vision test. And she was like, oh, I shouldn't give you a driver's license. You are almost blind. And then I was like, oh, I should get glasses then, shouldn't I? And so then it was actually the second optometrist appointment after that I was like, okay, I'll wear my glasses all the time. That's also when I learned your vision can get just worse. And so now I wear glasses all the time. And too afraid to get contacts because eyeballs freak me out. So they're better than that. Did I meet Wynn in the Army? I did meet Wynn when we were both in the Army.
Can you explain diffuser necklaces? So this has like a little puffball that you put in it. So it's hollow inside. Crap. And so you take this little puff and you soak it in, or you put a couple drops of essential oil. And then this has a bunch of holes and stuff. So then you put it in there and you got the scent coming out all day. It's very nice. Also, I feel like a doofus because Dissociated said, "Can I borrow a win?" Because we were talking about her. She's good at budgeting. And not that she was frantically trying to message me. I was like, "Oh no, are you okay?"
Yeah, contacts. Can't deal with them. How old is our cat?
Okay, so when we got Eliza, they said she was 2, but then she went from 6 pounds to over 10 pounds in 2 weeks. So I think she was like a grown-up kitten. Like maybe just at the end of 1 year, they definitely got that wrong. Okay, so we're getting a lot of people trying to draw our attention to a message for advice. We don't give advice for 2 reasons. One, we're not qualified. We're not specialists. We're not professionals in any way. And 2, advice that can be good for someone might be detrimental for another person. You need to know more about a situation than you can know from just like a quick exchange online. So we don't give advice because we don't want you to get hurt from our bad advice, basically. So, sorry.
Someone says the cats act differently to different alters. I think Eliza honestly likes Kim Kim.
She does.
More than anyone else. And that's about it.
I can touch her toes without her biting me.
Leia likes everyone. So.
Someone's asking if I'd aged up yet. No, I will next spring when my birthday comes around. I'll be 13.
So, how many languages do you speak? Spanish, English. I think we know a little bit of German.
I know German. He knows how to say 1 hot dog, please.
I learned a bunch of military phrases through the military, none of which would be useful in real life. And then some Korean, and we're going to start learning Japanese. So.
Someone says, 12, you're so mature. We're going to actually do a video on ages and alters because, like, I don't know how it is for all the other systems, but for us, our age is very much tied to, like, a specific role we carried in the past and isn't necessarily how, like, I identify as 12. But if I had to, like, if we wiped out all the numbers and you said, okay, go to these groups of people, who do you fit in with? I would definitely be on the adult side. Todd is 9. He is definitely an adult mind. Like the way he thinks about things and processes things. You know, whereas Michelle, she identifies as 7 and she's definitely 7 because she has that limited emotional and mental capacity. So like, for us, we're like time capsules, and there was a specific thing at age 12 that I am working past, which is why I'm starting to age. But like mentally and emotionally, I'm definitely not 12. I don't know. We'll explain it better in a video.
Sorry, I was giggling because someone said, how is 1 hot dog plays a military phrase? It wasn't. I specifically asked Wynn how to tell me that because we ended up in Germany for 24 hours in a layover. And I really wanted to get a hot dog at the airport. And so I asked her how to say for 1 hot dog, please, in German.
And he ruined it. Like, he was like, ein hot dog, bitte.
So.
I'm a subscriber from Mexico. I want to send something for Lito. What is something he would like from Mexico? Not Mexican candy. We found that out because we did a Christmas exchange with Dissociated and then Jeremy and Alternate Perspective. And they did Jeremy and Alternate Perspective, that system, sent a bunch of Mexican candy. Leo was very excited, and then we ate it, and the excitement was gone. But maybe something like traditional, like, I don't know, like I forget their names, but they're the little wooden carved spirit creatures are cool, or like sugar skulls, or like something that's like definitely like native that he can like hold and enjoy.
So what's your favorite anime? What's your favorite anime?
What's my favorite anime?
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, probably Saga.
Zombieland Saga?
Zombieland Saga.
There we go.
That one's awesome. It's got fantastic like messages about the diverse femininity and beauty of it all. They've got a canon trans girl who is adorable, and she was my favorite character before that, but now she's even more so because representation is good.
Mine's Bakemonogatari or Cowboy Bebop.
Bakemonogatari is pretty great. I just started watching that, and I like it a lot.
And said, what's your least favorite food?
Mexican candy.
Mine is anything from the ocean. Can't deal with it. Which makes eating sushi difficult for me, but there's vegetarian sushi. So that's what I go with.
Let's see. Are there any Wiccan celebrations coming up? No, there was just Yule, and now there isn't one for a hot, like between Yule and whatever the springtime one is. Like that's like the biggest gap, I think. Thoughts on SAO?
Never actually watched it.
I tried. It was not good.
Have we had Vegemite? No, we've never actually had Vegemite. What are your relationships to snow and winter? See, I was really excited when I first saw snow. It got old in about 30 minutes, and I do not like snow, and I don't like winter. I like the idea of it more than the actual execution of winter and snow.
I don't even like the idea of it. I hate it. I hate everything to do with it. I don't like being cold. I don't like looking outside and seeing that it's cold. I don't like being cold. I want to go to California.
Yeah, like I goodness, it must have been like a year ago. Like I had the opportunity to go to like Alaska for a month, where they would just like kind of helicopter us into this area that needed that unexploded ordnance that needed to be disposed of. And I was like, oh man, that sounds like that's going to be the greatest trip of my life. And then Wynn had to remind me how much I hate winter and snow and how I'd have the most awful time. And I was like, oh yeah, I keep forgetting. I like the idea of that way more than actually living in that.
I saw somebody who asked if we were excited for the Fruits Basket reboot, and yes. Oh my God, yes, I am. I loved that series back in the day, and I'm super excited that it's getting a new show. So, yay. San Diego is great, but really expensive. I mean, I wouldn't live in San Diego.
I used to live in San Diego. Did we ever cosplay? We did once, and we're working on trying it again.
Yes, we're building up to it. I'm learning wig stuff because Wynn has a half-finished cosplay that I want to finish up for a Warhammer character. And then, like, I've just been playing around with stuff that we own and making, like, original character cosplays because it's fun to dress up, and I'm allowed to, so
Chloe says, did we read the manga?
Fruits Basket? Yeah, no, that's what I just said. I love the manga back in high school. Oh, middle school.
I think the only manga I've ever actually read was Fushigi Yugi. That was a long time ago.
I don't even know what that is.
I know, most people don't. So, have you ever tried live roleplay, LARP? No, we have not. A lot of people keep suggesting that to me as in something that I might enjoy, but I haven't even like done D&D, but like 2 times.
I absolutely have, and it's a lot of fun.
Have you seen the Code Geass anime? I have, and I'm currently working through the sequel right now, actually. I just found out there was a sequel.
Pinata Systems here. Hi.
They say they love your hair.
Who's seen My Hero Academia? If anybody hasn't seen My Hero Academia, y'all need to get on that because it's very good. Andrew, you seem like a quiet guy. How do you feel about Wynn and Co being so well known, or do streams like this with them?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question, actually. I never really thought about that. It seems so far removed from my own life, I guess.
I know that, like, in the beginning you had really mixed feelings about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like either through saturation or just a long time of not having it affect any of us negatively. You haven't. Like, you felt better about it.
Yeah. You might like Steins Gate. My little brother loves Steins Gate, and that's something I've been meaning to watch. So, and no, we have not seen the She-Ra reboot yet, though. That is again something that I've been meaning to watch.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. Andrew and Kim, what's your relationship to horror movies? I love horror movies.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think usually when we're hanging out, we try to find a new horror movie to watch together.
I made him watch Poltergeist for the first time because he had never seen Poltergeist.
Yeah.
And I was like, you have to watch this. He's like, I don't like old horror movies. And I was like, you're watching this. And yep, it was great, obviously. Are Black Mirror yet? Yes, we did Black Mirror, the new thing with it's like a choose your own adventure. And it's fantastically done. It's brilliant. It's very creepy. And we went through a couple different endings. And Andrew was like, well, that was a good experience. And I was like, no, it wasn't a good experience by itself.
No. Okay.
We need to experience the whole thing. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch the whole thing. Because it was a good experience, but I want to watch the whole thing. So.
Do you like scary spooky or silly cute spooky most?
I like scary spooky the most, but I like silly cute spooky too. That's always fun.
Someone says, "What's up with the fangs? You're a vampire now?"
Nope. I just like wearing fangs.
I think it was a random purchase we bought one day on Amazon.
Yeah, I was like, these look cool. It says they last a long time, and then I bought them, and now I have them, and I wear them sometimes randomly, even at work.
Someone says, "Do you have shows that some alters won't watch, or so, Andrew? You ever find yourself waiting to watch a show until someone comes back out who likes it?" I don't know if there's a TV show, but like we're playing a Warhammer Quest right now, and I know everyone will be like, "Hey, why don't we play that together?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'll wait for Win because she's someone that's a fan of that universe with me as well." So I want someone that's gonna be a huge fan with me to enjoy that.
Yeah, it's the difference between like I'd play it because I know it would make him happy. And with Win, it's like she's going to play it no matter what. Good thing Andrew's also here. Are you okay with Doki Doki now, or do you still hate it? I mean, I've come around. I got over my thing. The other two girls love it. And so I'm just like, whatever. Can't be mad forever.
How did we get into anime and manga?
What was your gateway?
Dragon Ball Z, probably. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of even what would be the first anime I ever watched. It may have been Sailor Moon, because I remember being in like first grade and Sailor Moon would come on at like 6:30 in the morning or something, and so I remember waking up to watch that when I was a child. So
I'm gonna say we did like the standard like Yu-Gi-Oh, Sailor Moon, and then I think the gateway into like things more than just what 4Kids put out was we had a friend in middle school who subscribed to Shonen Jump like back when it first started, like issue 1 of the Shonen Jump magazine, and so he would read it and then he would let us borrow it and we would read, and that was kind of our like real kickstart into the anime world.
Okay, someone keeps asking this question. So someone said, "How do I handle dissociation during intimacy?" I'd say any point when there's a low point in a day, or where she's when is going, "Hey, I feel like switchy," I guess is the best way to describe that. We kind of avoid anything like that. Just a nice, good day of fun, happy things. So
yeah.
And so it's never been an issue.
And I think that's smart because, when you've got a mixed bag, you don't want to jump into something super intimate and then have it be like, surprise, it's Todd or something. I don't know. You play it safe.
What's your favorite thing about each other?
Oh, is it my things?
No, I think Kim and I have a very similar sense of humor, so I think that works out really well for both of us. Like our Botnik video that I helped out with as in the background. So
Yeah, no, I just like Andrew is so honest, and I think that's great because, like, when I first kind of came forward, I didn't trust anybody. Andrew was one of the first person I texted. I was like, "Hey, it's Kim." He's like, "Hey, it's really excited to meet you," and I was like, "Don't BS me." He's like, I'm not," And then like I just kept waiting for him to like hate me or end up being a jerk, and he never did. And whenever he's upset with something, he's honest about it. He doesn't like beat around the bush. He's just like, "Hey, listen, don't like that." And I'm like, "Wow, I don't have to worry about you being fake at all." And that's just made me real comfortable and feel good about like being myself around him. So
here's a Kim and Andrew related question: what alters drive? Kim does now.
Andrew taught me how to drive, guys.
It was terrifying.
I mean, I'm pretty good at it now, but when we first started out,
she actually drove us around today, so I commented on how much better of a driver she was today.
How do you deal with intimacy knowing there are littles in the system? You make sure that they're not around when intimacy is happening. I mean, yeah.
Wait, do you ever do particular things in order to get someone more close to the front or to get someone? No, I kind of let everything happen the way it is and roll with it. Sorry, I'll read the full question. Do you ever do particular things in order to get someone more close to the front or to get someone to the front? No, I enjoy hanging out with everyone equally. So if it's a particularly like who knows what's going to happen next sort of day, it's a wild ride and we just roll with it.
Yeah, no, like, and I appreciate that. Like, it's one thing to be like, "Hey, I'd like to talk to, or I'd like to spend time with so and so," but I feel like intentionally triggering someone out, especially because with us we have great communication, and if you want to talk to somebody, we can generally get them out that day to talk to you. So like, I feel like if he intentionally triggered people out, even if it was with positive triggers, that would feel really crappy and like not great. And so the fact that he doesn't, I don't even think you've ever thought about doing that.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I think at one point Kit and I had a conversation about how she was like, "Why don't you ever ask to just hang out with me?" And I was like, I don't ever ask to hang out with anyone in particular because I'd feel bad about that.
Which of the alters can still not drive? I don't know. Most of us can drive. I know even Michelle can drive. I don't know about Karen, I guess. She's never been in that situation. And we're going to try to keep it that way because even though you have the muscle capacity to drive, response time is still not great with the younger ones. So,
are there particular activities that you do with particular alters? Like we talked about, we like to watch horror movies together. Wynn and I will do our Warhammer stuff together. I think that's a particular thing we like to do. I don't know if anyone else has their own specific things that are just specific to them.
No, we share a lot of hobbies and a lot of things we enjoy. Bye, Chloe. Bye. Andrew, what's your favorite animal?
It's a penguin.
Penguin. How many alters can be co-hosting at the same time? I don't know. As many as you want, I guess. It's all about who you put in charge of outside living. That's what a host is. So if everybody's doing it equally, then everybody, I don't know.
Co-hosting like at the front at the same time.
Well, that's co-fronting.
Oh.
Co-hosting is like what Kit and Wynn does.
Yeah, I think that was what the question meant.
Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure just about everybody is paying attention to what's going on right now. So that's 13. I miss Daniel. Okay. He'll be out at some point, I'm sure.
How is Andrew and Wynn's marriage affected by the presence of the other alters? Not at all. I guess that's it. I don't know if that was the answer you're looking for, but I don't think it affects it at all. So.
And when Wynn's out, they're a happy married couple. When I'm out, we're super besties. You know, like, it's just like living in a house with multiple people, I guess.
Yeah.
When you're in one room with one person, you have a relationship with them, and you go in the other room with another person, and then you have a relationship with them that's totally different, but they're not affected by each other.
It'd be a mess if you were all couples.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be really complicated, but then you have like poly-fragmented systems with hundreds of alters, and I'm like, that would be really complicated. So I don't know. Whatever makes you functional, man. How many in the entropy system? 13. Lucky 13.
So, I said which Warhammer? Warhammer 40,000. The only one for me.
And Kill Team.
Well, that's still 40,000. When did Andrew and Wynn get married?
July 6, 2014.
14. I keep thinking 13. So.
I hear it was adorable. I've seen pictures. Does anyone dislike any of Wynn's relationships? Like current? Like
No,
friendships and stuff?
When is it plural or is Wynn's relationship? I think I assume with me.
Oh no, we adore Andrew. Everyone in the system adores Andrew. He's the best.
Did I know about the others before marriage? No, I did not know about. Neither did Wynn know about the DID before we got married. Does Andrew go to the gym? I do go to the gym very regularly. Have we gone to the gym together? No, we have not done that yet.
But he means him and Leto.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I keep finishing reading in my head and not out loud.
He's gone to the gym with Wynn sometimes, but him and Leto haven't gotten to go yet. But Leto's been very much on the inside, so maybe he'll come out later. Not like today later, but like this week later. Andrew, your muscles are really nice. Aren't they, though? I like them. I embarrassed him. I'm sorry.
What are your MBTI personality types?
I never took that. I don't know.
Oh, we should totally do that later.
We should. I'll post on it on Tumblr and Twitter. You can follow up. Have you watched Chloe's video about BUJO for a system? Apparently not, because I have no idea what that is. How long are you streaming for this time? We usually go 2 hours, so probably about that.
I'll certainly see how you feel.
Yes. How many times a day on average do you switch? Maybe like 5 or 6 times a day? Or sometimes none?
Yeah, I have. Sorry, I was trying to read what a word was, and I was like, I've never heard of that word. Ground.
I have no idea.
Okay.
The skeleton on your head ribbon is cute. Thank you.
We got that in Korea, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, Bujo is a bullet journal. Oh yeah, we keep a bullet journal. We used to keep a bullet journal. Now we just have like a calendar book, but that works better for us. But Wen used to have a bullet journal. And we keep like a diary journal that we write in sometimes. I just realized I have this on backwards. I'm putting it back on. So yes, we do both of those, and they work really well.
Someone said, do you have days when Wen doesn't appear?
Yes.
I don't know if that's ever happened when I was around. I do go on lots of trips all the time, though.
Well, I mean, I don't recall a day where she hasn't been around at all. Like, she usually wakes up, but then after she wakes up, someone will come out. Like, I know there are days where Kid is out most of the day, but Wynn was out for like an hour or two in the beginning.
Someone said, what does Andrew do for a living? Well, I just graduated from nursing school, and I'm also on the military bomb squad. So that's what I do.
2 very cool jobs.
Yeah. So, can you tell us about your tattoo? I can. It's also related to my... So, I thought tattoos were very cool back in the day. I'm deeply embarrassed about it right now. But when I first graduated from our bomb squad school, it says, time waits for no one.
Let me block the shadow or the light
Yeah,
there.
and the Grim Reaper, because that's super cool. And I was super cool back in the day. And The Time Waits for No One is also a reference to The Girl Who Jumped Through Time, a favorite anime movie of mine.
And also be in love with someone else. Yes, just like different people can love different people. Alters can be in love with whoever. Like Kit and Win are both in love with Andrew, respectively. But nobody loves anybody outside this circle. So.
How do you keep warm in this weather? Not well is the answer to that question.
Blankets,
lots of blankets,
space heaters.
I think we have the
hot
heater.
baths.
We have like the apartment heater and the space heater going.
We have a fireplace, like one of those like gas fireplaces, but we don't run it too often because gas is expensive.
Yeah.
You guys need wool clothing. We have wool clothing. Well, I have a wool sweater, but it's itchy.
Yeah, I used to own a wool sweater when I was in Korea, but I also didn't know how to wash wool things, and so then it became about 5 sizes too tiny for me. And I was really sad about that because it was a really expensive sweater, and it was really nice looking. So.
How would you handle an alter being in love with someone else? We've agreed collectively that no matter what, we respect the marriage / relationship with Andrew. And so if someone fell in love with someone else, we would avoid anything that came with that and try to heal the heart of whoever was in love. But in order to like fall in love, I think you have to entertain the idea of wanting to be in love. If you decide that you don't want to, it doesn't kind of come up on its own. So yeah, hopefully we never get to that point. What scent is your necklace? Peppermint. Except it's really faded. I think we need to do more oil on the little ball.
So do you guys actually change into clothes you like outside of video times? Yes, they do that quite often.
Yes. I mean, we don't like if somebody's out like in the morning and gets dressed and does the makeup, and then like somebody else switches out. Usually we don't take the time to change our clothes and makeup because that's effort. But sometimes we do. I will. I'll just hang out in the house and be like, guess what? Black makeup. Nah, just for myself.
That is very true.
Have you good communication with your alters for sharing skills? Oh, the question disappeared.
All right.
What if there was a movie? Most of the alters like, would you go to the movies multiple times? No. We are co-con during movies and TV shows a lot because there are a lot of things that we all want to watch. And if we had watched it multiple times, it would take forever. So we just like, we're like, hey, we're watching this. Who's up front? All right, everybody else pay attention. Let's go.
To stop emotion. I've heard that several times now.
Oh, their voice reminds you of Evan.
Yes. I don't like listening to my own voice. And I tried to look. Was it someone showed me that, or I looked at their video once and I was like, oh no, I don't like this at all.
Because it sounded like his voice, not because there's anything wrong with Evan.
Yes.
It's a phrasing. What about intersystem relationships? How does that work with your system? Oh, yeah. We've got 2 married couples in the system, but that's not the same, I guess. Like, because the body is still monogamous, that's fine, I guess. Is that a good way to describe it?
I guess.
Like, Andrew has no problem with Ed and Oz being married or with Jonathan and Jacob being married. Like, that doesn't hinder his relationship with Win and Kit. But like if I were to go to work and be like, hi cutie, random customer, let's chat in a romantic way, that would be not good. How'd you get the name Kim Kim? I was born with it. How much different is dissociation from derealization? Derealization is a type of dissociation. where you dissociate and nothing feels real. So it's like it's under the dissociation umbrella. Can you describe your wedding rings? Well, it's a wedding ring, and this is just a ring.
I'm gonna say mine I got for free when I bought Wynn's wedding ring, and that's my wedding band. And then I have one of those. I don't know what kind of material it's called. Silicone rings that I wear for work for not having metallic on me. So.
Because that's dangerous when you're disarming bombs.
And yeah, and this one, so it doesn't get scratched up. Who's the most mom friend of you, all of you?
Mom friend? Win. Yeah. Jessica.
Someone asked earlier, like, have I noticed any differences with Wynn since the diagnosis? I'd say she's a lot more confident now and sure of herself and her ability to do things. Like, there's a huge amount of confidence that have come from that. So
yeah, I was gonna say I feel like she's happier. Is Andrew monogamous if he's in a relationship with two people in the system?
Don't know how to answer that.
Well,
does Andrew collect anything? I know the system does. I do collect lots of things.
Yeah.
Anime figures. I do Warhammer 40,000. I guess those are my two big things.
I will say I want to touch on the thing. Like, we used to be like, yeah, it's monogamous. It's the same body. But Solar & Co. did a video talking about, like, the difference between, like, monogamy and polyamory in the system. And, you know, if we recognize ourselves as different people, and each of us has, you know, like, Wynn and Kit both have a very unique relationship with Andrew. Like, they're specialized to them specifically. So I guess I don't know how Andrew sees it, but we see it as polyamory because it's two distinct relationships, even though it's in one body. Why'd you join the military?
When I came back from Korea, this was after, so I was getting a master's in education way back when, and after a year of high school teaching, I was 21 at the time. I was like, oh, this is not a good idea for me, because I was teaching like 17 and 18-year-olds. And I was like, these kids feel a little more like my peers than my students. So then I taught in Korea for 2 years. And then I was like, now teaching is not for me. And then I was like, and so I was 25 and I was like, what's the most exciting thing I can do right now? And it was disarm bombs for the military. And 7 years later, I'm still doing it. Would you like to come to France one day? We would. We're actually, until we decided on Japan, we were actually planning on across Europe, like 2-3 month vacation at this summer. But
yeah, I think what decided it for us was like, because we're going to be able to have like a large chunk of time. And like with Japan, like you need a large collective chunk of time to be able to explore. And then like with other countries, like you can go for like a day or two to like the big cities and kind of enjoy that. But like I've heard that like with Tokyo, like if you just go for a day or two, you're going to get overwhelmed and you're not going to be able to get anything done. So okay, so I saw like someone was like, wow, Andy, that was a good question. I hope they answer it. And then I scrolled up and I didn't see what the question was. I couldn't find it. So whoever had that good question, send it again if we didn't see it already. Are you planning any more unboxing videos? Yes, we just filmed our December one, like the last of the December ones. So we're going to do a compilation that will be going up soon. We got some really lovely things for December. And like we had the most handwritten letters we've ever had, which makes me happy. I like letters the best because I just like thinking, you know, of whoever sitting down and like writing them and thinking about us and taking that time. It makes me happy. So, Has Jessica befriended anyone on the inside? I mean, she's kind of keeping a professional distance the same way she would if she was our actual therapist. So she's not like befriending anybody yet. But she's like connected. Her and Kit are kind of close. Back when Jessica didn't know she was part of the system, whenever she would front, Kit was the only one who could like jump in and take the body back. And so for whatever reason, that made Kit closer to Jessica, and so they have like a really good working relationship, but I don't know if I call any of them friends. Would you guys like meeting people following you? Oh God, yes. We love the idea. We've met one person who was like, "Hey, aren't you from YouTube?" And we're like, "Yeah." And we actually ended up becoming pretty okay friends with them. They were the ones, if you've seen the escape room video, they were the ones who ran the camera. And they didn't want to like be online, but they were like, I can run the camera. And so that was really cool. Kim, I know you like horror movies. Curious if you saw A Quiet Place. Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was really well done. I like that they actually had a deaf actress play the deaf girl. Because, representation. Do you like tea? If yes, what's your favorites? Wynn loves hibiscus tea so much. Is it hibiscus? That's the one that she had in Egypt?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was obsessed with that. I like lemon and stuff. Have you ever been to Canada?
No, we have not. That's actually going back to someone saying what some of your plans or ideas for your future. One of them was going to Canada to be a nurse.
Even though we'd be cold all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it'd still be nice.
Yeah. I've heard nothing bad about Canada other than the weather, so. You like coffee? I like coffee. I'm a coffee tea person. Whichever. Depends on how much caffeine I want. Have we seen Bird Box? No, we only just heard about it yesterday.
Yeah, it just popped up on Netflix when we were watching Black Mirror.
Hello.
Where can we contact you?
You can contact us on Twitter or Tumblr. We don't have private messaging because we had bad stuff happen when we did private messaging, so we don't do that at all. But you can send us an @ on Twitter, or you can send us an ask on Tumblr, and we will publicly answer your question.
Bandersnatch. Yes, that was very good.
It was good. It was creepy. Did the cat just meow? Yes, Eliza squeaks.
So.
How are the cats? Eliza's good. I don't know where Leia is. I'm sure she's all right.
I wish they were better friends. It's been like, how long have we had Eliza now?
A couple months.
They just do not like each other.
They don't get along. They don't like hurt each other, but they definitely don't like each other.
Did we watch Bandersnatch? What ending did we get? We haven't seen the other endings, and I wouldn't even know how to describe the ending we got.
I'd say we got a 5-star ending, a 0-star ending, a 2.5-star ending. That's all I'll say. Have you considered going to VidCon? Yeah. I think that'd be really fun. Like just to go as a person and like meet like Thomas Sanders, and other YouTubers, but mostly him. If we get big enough, I think it'd be really fun to go and like have a booth or like maybe like do a panel on mental health. Maybe we could like partner together with some other mental health channels.
Did I notice anything with Wynn before she was diagnosed? There were a few moments of like very specific things, but like I always chalked it up to the previous diagnosis of PTSD with disassociation. And so like moments of when she was like, well, I'm a fairy now, and I'd be like, okay, let's roll with that and let's get you home. What were the signs prior to your diagnosis that Andrew's son went? Oh, so yeah, things like there was I think there was the fairy thing happened twice.
There's a time when she's like, I'm so tiny. Why am I so tiny?
Yeah, there was when she felt like she was shrinking and tiny. I'm trying to think of other instances. I mean, there was a handful of times.
Thinking she was invisible.
Yeah.
She was like, do you still love me even though I'm invisible?
Oh, yeah, that was a fun day. Do we watch Supernatural? I don't think we haven't watched the latest season, but we have watched it.
Yeah,
So.
we haven't. Yeah, we stopped watching after the mom got brought back from the dead because, like, it just felt like, Do different alters have physical problems, like one having an allergy and the other's not? Not that I can think of. No.
It was when she was invisible. That's a good question because I had completely forgotten about that.
I don't have any idea. I don't know.
Hey, it's that show you guys watch now. You seen The Good Place?
Yeah, we watched that recently, and I'm really excited to watch season 3. I'm curious on how they're going to keep it fresh in season 3, and not just have it feel like a repeat. But we'll find out.
Do you have any ideas about correlation between military service and mental health issues? There's a lot of studies talking about things like that, and like whether or not it attracts people that have certain mental health issues. Like actually, we're having a big long conversation about this in our own office, talking about specifically bomb squad within the military. Because someone was asking about the type of people that join, and our supervisor was like, well, every one of us comes from a broken family. So if you come from a broken family, probably a good start coming into the bomb squad. So, yeah, there's a lot that can go in with that.
Could Michael Jackson have DIE? I don't know. Kim, are those custom fangs? Yes, you can get them on Amazon. They're Scarecrow brand. You put like this gel stuff in it and like squish it up, and it forms to your teeth. And then you let it dry overnight, and then you have fangs that you can just pop in and out at any time.
Do I struggle with any mental health issues? I don't think so. I think I'm pretty roll with the punches, happy kind of guy. I don't let anything get to me too much. So I think that's what helps me within the bomb squad and what helps in the nursing field. So
yeah, I think he's the only person I've ever met with no mental health problems. Which I don't know if that says something about the type of people I spend time with, or.
Have you ever watched Charmed original series? No.
I tried. I didn't get into it. Have you ever done cosplay? Yes. Why do you like wearing the fangs? Because they make me feel, I don't know, fierce. It has nothing to do with my inner world self. I do not have fangs in the inner world. I just really like wearing these because it makes me feel fierce.
Have I had any close calls with the bomb squad? Unintentionally, yes. Like nothing to, well, I guess. Yeah. I don't know what more to say about that other than, yeah, it all ended up okay.
I mean, he's here. And he has all of his limbs and fingers.
I'm in the Air Force now. I was previously in the Army.
Jeremy or Nan says I look fierce. Oh, thank you. It's a beautiful cat. Yes, she's so pretty.
And kind of huge. She is on a diet right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to get fan mail, what kind would you like? The handwritten kind. I just kind of made a little speech about how much I love handwritten letters. So that. You guys like to cook? Yes. A lot, actually. Cooking is fun.
Oh, cooking? Yes. We used to do the plated and what was the
Blue
other?
Apron.
Blue Apron. Yeah, or Blue Apron.
Nobody's gonna get that reference.
If they do get Blue Apron, they're my best friends now. But after we found out she had Hashimoto's disease and we could not eat gluten anymore, it kind of ruined Plated and Blue Apron for us. And now we have to do everything by hand. So I did cook my first bread from scratch recently, and that was delicious.
It's not from scratch.
Well,
he poured the mix into a bowl and added eggs.
Yeah. Blue Apron. Yeah.
Oh. Roseanne Barr has DID. I don't like her. She's racist, and I don't want her associated with me. Kat is really enjoying herself. Yes, she is. She loves getting love from me.
I make you actual gluten-free.
Nan loves cooking and is very excited at the idea of being able to cook gluten-free things from scratch.
Well, maybe when you guys all hang out finally.
Do you write back if someone handwrites you? No. Just we do the unboxing and we do our letter, but we're really don't have tons of free time. I'm sorry. I don't know if that makes us bad. What's Hashimoto's? That is a autoimmune disorder where your body attacks your thyroid. The thyroid and the gluten protein are almost identical. So when you eat gluten, it makes it worse. So it's either stop eating gluten or go on steroids. And so, yeah. Let's see. Somebody says, I mean, that's fair. What do you, man? Oh, you do, man. Favorite seasons
of the year and why? Fall. Weather's perfect. Jacket and light sweater weather. Perfect.
Plus the fashion in the fall is super stylish. Yeah, I'm gonna say fall also. Super love fall. Wish we had it in Nebraska, but we don't. Love my hair, thank you. I tried to branch out and be more cute than goth today. I even did blue and purple eyeshadow. What are our plans for New Year's? Do we have plans for New Year's?
Probably not. Hang out, drink some wine, I guess. Champagne, that's what you do on New Year's.
You hate wine.
I do not like wine.
We just got some really nice whiskey. Maybe we'll try that.
There we go.
She's just gonna step right on you. Now I am covered in cat hair. Yay. Where does Wynn go when she's in the headspace? She has an apartment that she hangs out in. She's wandered out into the city a little bit. She has gone from the apartment to being able to go downstairs in the apartment to being able to walk out the front door. She's slowly expanding her ability to explore the inner world. She's getting there. Andrew, what sort of fan mail would you like?
I don't know. That's the first time I've ever gotten a question like that.
Oh my God, send him fan mail. He deserves it.
Is Wynn studying at university?
Nothing now. We're graduated, bitches. What? No, she got a degree in Bachelor's of Science in Geology.
Yeah, and then we're looking into TEFL certification.
So we can teach English overseas.
And then also a master's in geology at some point.
Yeah. New headspace more comfortable than the island. Oh my God, yes. I liked the island because it was the only thing I'd ever known and I didn't want to complain about it. But now that I have the city, the island was crap. I love the city. I love being able to explore and not feeling isolated all the time and just being able to go do things.
Oh no. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, whiskey is made from grain. Womp womp.
Oh no.
Oh no. I have to drink all the expensive whiskey by myself.
That was a nice bottle too. Is it really?
Yeah, you'll have to look that up.
Okay, answer questions. I'm looking it up right now.
Do I have NPC friends? No, I do not personally.
NPCs don't front. If they fronted, they were alters.
No, that was a question for you, obviously.
Oh, I thought it was a question for you. No, the NPCs aren't deep enough to be able to be friends. They're kind of like NPCs that you like they're like The Sims. Like you see them and they're capable of like basic interaction, but they don't actually have personality.
Do we enforce age restrictions on altars when it comes to alcohol concerns? It's more of a maturity thing, I think, which is what it should be in real life. Not to get political, but it's all about a maturity level. Do I think there are certain teenagers that are better equipped than certain 21-year-olds to drink? 100%.
Well, I mean, the reason it's because of brain development. It will hinder brain development. The brain's not solidly developed until age 21, which I get.
Same.
But like,
It was for you.
oh, being, age 12, but having an adult body and adult maturity, I can still drink. But like, the littles cannot because they have a childhood maturity and a childhood emotional thing. So, is there weather in the inner world? It is always nice out. We can walk around in jeans and t-shirts, and it is always nighttime.
Oh, can Wynn talk to you normally? I don't know this one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, we can like interact. She can like Kit hangs out in her apartment sometimes and they'll like play video games. Like, yeah, she's adapting, so like she's gonna be just as much a part of it as the rest of us are. What does it look like when someone fronts? Like switches? It doesn't really look like anything. Most people can't tell until we say that we've switched. I love Andrew's view on alcohol. Will Wynn remember this conversation? Yes, she is co-conscious right now and watching and listening to everything I say. How do you find a professional system is willing to work with? Look online and look for therapists in your area that specialize in dissociative disorders.
And just now that it's going to take time, I think when it was, I think, a fairly much quicker journey than it is for most people. And so Wynn's journey to finding a really good therapist, it was very out of the normal.
Well, we were still in therapy for 5 years before we met Ellen.
Yeah, that's true. But before we knew to start looking for outside of specifically trauma.
Yeah, like we lucked out in that we were looking for a trauma therapist that could help us because we had stagnated. And we happened to meet with a trauma therapist who also specialized in dissociative disorders. And so she was able to read the signs in us. And so we got really lucky in that sense. But yeah, like the first therapist you meet may not be the therapist for you, and that's okay. Different therapists, just like not everybody who is capable of being a good friend is going to click with you and be a good friend to you, like, yeah.
Will you ever go back to your blonde pixie cut?
Kit, when we redo our hair in February, because we already have an appointment, look for an EMDR therapist. No.
That's hidden.
Oh, that's a hidden thing. Yeah, not all EMDR therapists work with dissociation. Okay. Anyway, Kit wants to get her hair she wants to bleach it blonde, and have purple instead of red as a dip dye. So we'll see if we do that. But I don't think we're going to pixie cut again. We like our long hair.
Is it hard to make decisions? For me, it is.
He hates making decisions. He makes us choose things.
So.
Is it possible to have no one fronting? Yes, when we sleep.
Some can be made from corn. Someone looked up our whiskey question.
Oh, well, I'll just have to look up and see what that specific one is made from.
Oh, that does say internal. That said infernal family systems.
Infernal families.
Somebody's hungry.
Maybe. Do you think now that you are in a headspace that's more like the outer world in a sense that's populated, your system would get better? Yeah, I mean, the whole point of Ed and Oz making that is so that we have more of a chance to interact with people, but so we don't feel so we're not just constantly isolated, so we have practice being out and doing our own things and being in crowds and whatever. So it is helping us be better.
Did your alters wait until you got diagnosed to fully let Wynn know?
No, we got diagnosed because they decided to let her know. I say they because I wasn't a part of that, but yeah, they were like, "Oh, we're safe. We can finally stop hiding from her. Let's show her that we're here."
How do I like my coffee or tea as delicious as possible?
That's so vague.
I guess. I don't know.
What's your favorite coffee? Coffee drink.
Coffee drink, frappuccinos,
What flavor? Like caramel, mocha,
all of them.
all of them. If you could visit 5 countries in 6 months with no money, work, etc. obligations, what countries would you choose?
We have so many countries we want to visit. There's actually a trip that I was originally trying to look into for us to go to, which was a around the world, visit the 7 wonders of the world trip, but it wasn't in a time frame in which we could do it, so that was kind of disappointing. Italy is somewhere where we really want to go. Where Japan is something we're already planning for July.
Germany, Ireland, Scotland for me.
Yeah, even though we've been to Germany.
Germany. We stayed overnight in the airport hotel, and he's like, "We've been to Germany."
I spent almost a month in Ireland before, so that's not really on my list of places to go get.
What made you feel safe? This guy, 100%. He's the first person who ever was really there and helped us get healthy, and not just get healthy personally, but help us be like, hey, that person you hang out with who constantly makes you tired and sad, maybe you should cut them out of your life. And helped us get healthy friends and helped us encourage us to go to school and find a good job, all this stuff. And he really got us on our feet. And so once we were stable, Jonathan was like, all right, guys, let's go say hi.
Actually, Australia is a place that I'd like to visit. That's also on my list of possibilities of places where we could move to in the future. Australia, New Zealand, all of my favorite podcasts and comedians, some of my favorite movies, Australian and New Zealand. So one of my favorite movies is The Castle, classic Australian film. So
tell him he's dreaming. I want an Andrew. You can't have him. He's mine. Although I don't blame you. You have a good taste.
Do you have any wishes regarding work?
Yeah, we all kind of what the system has collectively decided that it would be a fun idea is to find a construction company to do soil analysis for. So basically you go in before they build and you're like, is it safe to build here? Let me look at the soil. Is there proof of standing water? Is it too clay rich? Whatever. But that would be super fun because, we get to be outside. Wynn really likes soils. I'm not good at soils, but I like watching her do soils because it's really fascinating to have her assess it and whatever. Plus, from what I hear, those jobs are in high demand. And they don't always have enough people to fill them. So they will ship you around the country to different construction sites to go do that. So we get paid to travel. So that'd be cool.
To answer that, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would Wynn like rocks in her fan mail? Probably 11.
Maybe 15. I just we have so many people being like, can I send you rocks? And I'm like, yes, but please keep in mind that shipping is sent by weight. And I would feel so bad if you were like, I'm sending this to you. Here's $50.
I think we got about 30 more minutes to answer the person who said, how long do we plan on streaming for? Or until people get bored and we don't. And everyone just wants to go.
I was going to say, if we dip below 100 before that happens. Right now we've got 200.
We can all collectively leave if we want to.
On the count of 3. 1, 2. I'm just kidding. If you could have any job outside the system, what would you enjoy doing? I have no idea. I've never really given it a thought, and I think I would just be really lonely if I was out there by myself, finding a job all by myself. So I don't want one.
How do we feel about getting a dog?
Can I tell them what you told Win?
Sure. I don't even remember.
Oh, this is gonna make people mad, but he was joking.
Okay. No, I won't say my joke.
Okay.
Because I realize what you're saying. Maybe when we get a house is a possibility. I've had dogs my whole life. My mom used to raise and breed show dogs. And so my idea of what having a dog is very different from what everyone else's, I think, experience of having a dog is. And so just dogs aren't very high on my list of things I want.
Yeah. Win wants a dog really, really, really bad. She wants oh God, what's that big German dog? It's like huge. It's bred to be a war dog. And it's giant, very fluffy, but because they were bred as war dogs, they're incredibly easy to like train and they're very tame. And I forget what their name is, but she wants one of those. Kim, do you watch YouTube videos? Another Alter DID?
Is that other alters? What? I don't know.
Oh, do I watch YouTube videos? Yes. I love Jenny Nicholson and I love Thomas Sanders. No, it's not a Rottweiler. It's like
It's not a Tibetan Mastiff either. It's got something weird.
It's a German name.
It sounds like Jingleheimer, something to that effect. So, someone else loves Thomas Sanders. A Leonberger. That's the word.
Leonberger, yes. Yes. That's what she wants.
Oh, everyone's, yep.
Yeah, yay! Yeah, I know the Leonbergers. They're huge. They're so nice. She used to work for Apple, and because like the Apple store is kind of in this like really like totsy rich area outdoor mall, people would bring their dogs all the time, and there was this one guy, he had a Leonberger, and he had on the leash it said, "This dog is a Leonberger," because people would constantly ask him. But it was just the sweetest dog and most well behaved. And she was like, "All right, I need this." Who's your favorite Sanders side? Definitely Patton. He's just so happy, and I love how much he loves Virgil, and he's like, "I'm going to be your dad." I don't know. It's just very fun. Andrew doesn't watch Sanders sides.
Do we like musicals? Yes.
Yes.
Wynn and I were both in musicals in high school, and I was in musicals in college. So,
yes.
Believe it or not, I used to do that.
Yeah, I like musicals. I like going to musicals still. It's very exciting.
So,
make a good therapy dog for Wynn. Yeah, probably. Have you seen The Greatest Showman yet? Oh my God. Yeah, we saw that in theaters. And then we got the soundtrack and we listened to the soundtrack nonstop for like 6 months. By nonstop, I mean literally every day, multiple times a day.
Do we have a favorite musical? I think of what my favorite musical would be.
Yeah, I'm trying to think too.
I don't know. We'll come back to that. How's Andrew's singing voice? I'll tell you what my singing coach actually, she told me was, I'm not a bad singer. I just have a very limited range at which I could sing. Favorite Disney princess? Rapunzel.
Rapunzel's pretty great, yeah. I'm going to have to second that. When you like Soil or Rocks more? I don't know. I'd like Rocks more because they're pretty, and Soil's just dirt. But Wynn would probably like Soil.
Do you have any specific apps?
Yeah, actually, there are a couple of apps that we use. One of them is called, I know it's got a different name for Android phones. Oh, now heck, I can't find it. But it's basically like you can text yourself, and you can have like multiple like people on the same app, so like we can leave texts for each other. And I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called. So we use that. We use timers, of course, to like make sure we stay on top of that stuff. There's also one called the Virtual Hope Box, which has a lot of really good grounding tools, and you can like put like lists of things that help you, and like photos that help you. It's got games. It's got breathing, guiding things, which is cool. Can I sing? I don't like singing. I'm bad at singing. The others are really good. Kids is really good at singing. Lido is really good at singing. Wynn's really good at singing. But I didn't pick it up. Do you guys like superheroes? Yeah, absolutely.
We're a big fan of comics and superhero movies in general.
Yes. Yep. Definitely. What does Wynn like about geology? So the way she says, can I send rock samples? Yeah, obviously. I mean, if you want to pay for it, like I said, shipping goes on weight. But Wynn describes geology. She says that rocks and soils are the greatest storytellers on the planet, and you can get the entire history of the world if you just know how to read it. And I think that's very cool and interesting, and that's why I like watching her do geology stuff. Plus, there are a lot of pretty rocks out there, yo.
So, they said, do you like watch the videos of the other altars, like in your system?
Oh, yeah.
I think they all help edit and put everything together. I watch the videos, if that helps.
He does. Will we create an Insta for the system? No, we will not. We did once, and almost immediately it was a security hazard because someone was like, I recognize that spot. And we're like, cool, bye. Delete. So, yep, no, not going to play that game.
What are your thoughts on Batwoman TV show coming soon? Hopefully they do it well. I don't have much hope for non-animated superhero TV
DC
shows.
things.
Not even DC. Anything Marvel.
Yeah.
I didn't even like the Marvel TV shows that came out.
Oh, just the TV shows. I thought you
Yeah.
meant like in general. We like Jessica Jones, the first season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Ruby Rose is a really interesting person, and it's going to be interesting to see how a non-binary person takes on Batwoman like that. It's going to be cool that she's going to be canon lesbian like she is in the comics. I think that's a good step forward.
What are your favorite heroes?
What are my favorite heroes? Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, all the spiders, all the spiders. Trying to think. I mean, Batman, obs. Wonder Woman. Superman's kind of close up there. I like Wonder Woman and Superman just because they're so pure. They, believe in all the good of mankind and whatever and try to help and are just like good, which is nice. What about you?
Me? Yeah, I mean, I like Superman as just like a product of childhood. I mostly like the other verse Supermans, like one-off stories. Like Red Sun was probably one of my favorite graphic novels I've ever read. I like Cyclops a lot, even after he killed Professor X.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers for goodness, that was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Who else do I like? I do like Captain America a lot. Spider-Man's probably one of my favorites too. I think he's the only one that I still read on a fairly regular basis of Spider-Man comics.
Black Canary,
yeah. So, Marvel or DC? Continuously, comic to comic, I like Marvel. Like one-off stories, I like DC way better.
I do not like the CW superhero shows. I have never had one that I could get really invested in, but I think I had to change my mindset about them. Like, I expected them to be like, I don't know, like the movies are, like very intense and like that. But like, Wynn had to be like, listen, basically expect this to be a Saturday morning cartoon that's live action and you'll get into it more. I was like, okay, maybe I'll try again. Is anyone afraid of spiders? No, we love spiders. Andrew gets mad because we touch them.
I don't like spiders.
He's like, they're going to kill you. And I was like, no, it's an orb weaver. It's fine. He's like, but what if you're wrong?
I did love The Tick. That was okay. The Tick TV show was phenomenal. Both the cartoon and was it Amazon? Yeah, it was Amazon. It was fantastic. Tank Girl, classic movie. Love that too.
Win is very inspired by
Yeah.
Tank Girl.
The Joan Jett song from Tank Girl is actually on my workout playlist. So.
Did anyone in the system struggle with having DID? I mean, as much as anyone would struggle with having DID, because it's not a happy-go-lucky disorder. I mean, we work very hard to be a team and a functioning thing, so I don't think individually we struggle more than anyone else does, like anyone else in the system does, because we all make sure we take care of each other. But like, yeah, like there are days where we're locked down because of trauma, or one of us gets front stuck, or like, you know, we've got flashbacks and depression and chronic anxiety and like, you know, just there's bad stuff that happens. But, you know, we work together to make sure that we're all okay, you know, because that's really all you can do. Take your pills on time.
I didn't even know the Tick had its own comic book. I'm going to add that. I'm going to write that down as a reminder to look that up.
What kind of disorder is ever happy-go-lucky? Yes, exactly. But for some people, some people are like, man, I wish I had DID because then I could be happy or not lonely, or I could have somebody else take over when I don't want to deal with life. And I'm like, no, man, you don't get it. It's not like that. But, you know, people seem to think that this is somehow fun and exciting. And like don't seem to understand that it comes with so many of its own complicated issues.
Sorry, I was looking through a note and I was like, why do I have these random series of words? And then I remembered where they were from.
Are you just gonna leave it there? Cool.
Yeah.
How do you deal with nightmares when you get through the day acting normal? Nightmares were so just debilitating for a very, very long time. Like, for whatever reason, when we woke up, there was no realism gap. So we would wake up and the dream wouldn't fade. It would feel like we had actually lived through that and we were just in a new room now or something. And so what we found finally was if we take CBD oil before bed, which is not a universal recommendation. We talked to our doctor about this and like, don't just go out and do this. But if we take it before bed, we get that realism gap. So when we wake up, the dreams fade. You know, sometimes if we have nightmares, there'll still be like the physical manifestations of fear. So like high heart rate, tight muscles, whatever, but we can relax that because we don't have the imagery. Like before, like we'd have like times where we would have nightmares every night for like a week. And it got to the point where we didn't know if we were awake or not anymore. Like we would be going throughout the day thinking we were still dreaming, or like confusing dreams with reality, being like, wait, did that actually happen? You know, did I run into this person? Did I get hurt again? Like, it was awful. It was awful. And there was nothing we could do no matter what medication we did, meditations, whatever. So the CBD oil was a godsend because it was not good.
Do you struggle with sleep paralysis?
We had sleep paralysis at one point. We haven't had it for a very long time. Wynn did like a Wiccan ritual thing, and so she attributes it to that because it ended about the same time. But I'm just like, no, we probably had less stress. Do you prefer going to a mall or a park in your free time? We're mall rats.
We are. I think we tried going to the park once, you and I, didn't we?
Yeah, we went for a walk
out in
the park because Andrew was like, you just came back into the world. Let's go explore everything so you can find out what you like.
Oh, yeah. That was part of our doing a bunch of different things together.
Yeah. With CBD oil, it's a hemp extract. So it's not actually hemp or marijuana. So it's legally sold in Nebraska. There's like a shop that we can go to since it's just an extract of the plant. But yeah, it's a marijuana byproduct. Do I ever hallucinate? Not since that one time, and that was terrifying.
Salmon oil? Don't know what salmon oil is. I know what fish oil is. I take fish oil.
He does. You cannot get high on CBD. Correct.
100%.
That's why it's legal to sell. Scrolling up. Someone says I'm their queen. Bow to me. No, don't do that. That'd be weird. Are there any specific songs you find to be cathartic or especially relate to?
That's a you question.
It can be an us question.
I don't know. Going the Distance from Hercules.
I like Her Name is Alice by Shinedown. I think it's by Shinedown. But I like that one a lot. You have a certain routine if someone has a bad nightmare? A little bit. Drink a lot of water, walk around, scroll through TikTok until we can't think anymore. That usually helps. Don't drink coffee on nightmare days. That is a big rule for us because we already are like right at the tip of anxiety. And so if we drink coffee, absolutely not. If we need energy, we drink more water.
Do you play video games, Kim?
Yes. Right now we're playing Earth Defense Force.
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite game series. And she's also playing the Pokemon Let's Go.
Let's Go, Eevee. Yeah. No, the Earth Defense Force is such a funny game. Like, it's just this, like, really low-quality game that came out of Japan where you go around fighting giant insects from space. And, like, it's so glitchy. It's fantastic. Like, that's what makes it half the fun, is how glitchy and absurd it is.
So, we play MMOs.
No. We at one point, like for a day, we tried getting into World of Warcraft, but we ended up he chose a Lycan and I chose something else. And so we were on different continents and we were like, we'll never find each other. And so we immediately gave up.
What's one of your guys' first cartoon or anime you both like? Like us specifically?
I guess.
I don't
know. What's one of the first
Grand Blue Dream.
Yeah. Do energy drinks give you anxiety? Not as much as coffee does, but any amount of caffeine, like anything that has caffeine, if we have too much, it causes anxiety. Yeah, I don't know what, because like I've only been around for like 2 anime seasons.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there are any super favorites.
What's your favorite Pokemon? That's not Gengar.
Gengar is my favorite Pokemon. You can't say what's your favorite Pokemon other than your favorite Pokemon. No, I like Gengar. I also like Entei. And I relate to what's her name?
Dugtrio.
No, the little Goth Lolita Pokemon. I think it's called Gotharita.
Oh yeah, the little Pokemon lady. Yeah, I got you those cards.
Yeah. Both Kim and Andrew. What hair color are you excited to see? And would Andrew ever dye his hair?
Would I dye my hair? No. I'm not legally allowed to. I guess not legally, but officially not allowed to dye my hair. Nor would I. I've seen Win with so many different hair colors at this point.
I don't think there's a single hair color we have not had.
I think my favorite was like when she had like cotton candy colored hair color, like the pink and the blue. I think that was my favorite.
Pink and purple.
Pink and purple.
Yeah, it's just pink fades so quickly, which is very depressing. Do you have any shiny Pokemon? Not yet. Every time I go shiny hunting, one of them runs away, and it breaks my streak, and so I haven't caught any yet. I did just catch Gyarados though. So that's cool.
Some Liberty Spikes. Man, back in the day, probably could have convinced me to do that.
I don't believe that for a second. I would love to meet an Andrew who would be down for Liberty Spikes.
Yeah. I was a hip college kid back in the day. I smoked my Lucky Strikes, drank my coffee black, listened to my punk rock music.
Didn't you go like a semester only eating bread and wine or something?
No, there was a spring break where my best friend Dan and I only drank wine and ate bread for a spring break.
Because they wanted to be like poor authors.
Hell yeah, we did.
You can put shinies from your Go into Let's Go. Yeah, but that's less fun.
Have we
and
ever?
argued about the DID?
I don't know. Maybe. I guess you'd have to be more specific about like what do you mean about the DID. I think I was nervous at first because it seemed like it was a suggestion at first, and we kind of went all in on that. And I was like, well, let's take our time on this and see what happens.
And then Kit came out and had an argument with him.
Yeah.
And by argument, I mean she yelled at him and didn't let him talk. And then he decided he needed to go out for a drive. It's okay. They're better now. She's better now at, temper. Could we see pictures of colored hair? I could probably post a compilation on Twitter. Could make that happen.
Have you ever questioned an altar?
Requested.
Requested altar. No, someone asked about that earlier. That I kind of let everyone do what they want to do, and I don't like. I wouldn't feel comfortable saying, "Hey, can I have this one out now?" So I let them make their what they want to do decisions and kind of roll about that.
What do we argue about the most?
Who has to make a decision?
That I was just about to say that. Yeah, because like it'll get to the point where we can't think of anything to do. We're bored, and it's like you decide. No, you decide. No, you decide.
We ever read Frankenstein in high school? I think so.
No, I never have.
So.
Which Pokemon game do you play? Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Go.
Yeah. And the Pokemon card game.
Yes, I do. Andrew, what advice can you give a spouse about getting to know altars?
So I talked about this in the last stream. So for me, what worked best was because I'm a very like introverted person, and I don't like to be very like get into someone, have someone be in my face about things, and especially like meeting new people, especially altars, because in the beginning, like that's already a confusing situation, and then you throw in a super introverted person. It did not go well for me, and so I found like the YouTube videos helped me a lot. Like writing notes for me helped out a lot of just like getting to know them as like people, I guess, outside of, because in the beginning, like, and like it was just like this is my wife, and now there are other people inside, living inside of my wife, and so it took a while for me to recognize them as their own separate people, and so like the letters and the videos kind of help do that, of stealing their own personalities and their own individuality, of coming to that for me, and so that helped out a lot for me.
Yeah, I think the big thing is just like find a way as a spouse for you to feel comfortable getting to know everybody. Get creative if you need to, but yeah.
Kim is a hoot to hang out with.
Those are my cute cheeks.
What's your favorite water Pokemon?
My favorite water Pokemon?
It's a goldfish one.
Goldeen or Magikarp?
Magikarp, 100%.
I guess Vaporeon, probably. Can't make decisions. How did you get through Bandersnatch? Pressure, man.
Yeah, we had to, because it was Kit and I watching it, and so it was we had to take turns in each one, so someone had to make a decision, and so that's how we did that. It's the same with like Telltale games, of just being like, oh no, what do we do?
Yeah, so the timer really forces you to go. Andrew, were you also a part of Entropy's therapy?
Like, did I go to therapy with them? I guess is a question. If that's the question. I think I went like 2 or 3 times, and that was more of to help me than it was anyone else, I guess.
I mean, he was also kind of part of the home therapy. Like, therapists would be like, hey, focus on this. We'd come home and talk to Andrew about it, and he'd be like, all right, I'm here to help and support you in whatever way you need.
You can do online battles on Pokemon. Let's go.
Yeah, you can. I thought you had to be like in the same place as someone.
What do you got?
I haven't figured out how to do online stuff, but if I did, I think that'd be fun. I'd be down if I could figure it out. Once I do that, maybe I'll post on like Tumblr and be like, here's my thing, come fight me.
So,
did you guys ever play The Walking Dead? Yes, and I'm so mad they didn't finish the last one.
yeah, that was a very unfortunate situation. What happened with Telltale? I guess more how they were running things, and so yeah, we were really disappointed when they stopped that. But I think another game company said they'd pick that up and finish that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that one and the Batman one was my favorite. Were my favorite Telltale storylines. Where did your system name come from? We have this in our FAQ on our Tumblr, but entropy, very roughly speaking, is the tendency for everything to go to chaos. It's why when you put water, like food coloring in water, it spreads out very easily, but it's very hard to condense back into just the food coloring drop, because things want to spread and randomize when you disturb them. And Wynn was learning that in chemistry class, and she's like, oh, we were disturbed and we randomized, and now we're trying to get back together, and now we're the entropy system.
Don't you guys have a Discord server?
We have some really amazing fans that made a Discord server for us, like a fan server. It's called the Fish Tank, and I'll put a link in the description. They're so cool, and we've been super busy, so we haven't gotten to stop in recently, but like we do sometimes. But like it's every time we stop in, everybody seems like they're like super supportive and wonderful all the time. And yeah, like it's just a nice little server to be on, period. Plus it's fun because, you know, it's an entropy server. So yeah, amazing fans did amazing things for us.
Epic Games picked up 2 and are going to try and finish it. Awesome. Good to know.
Wynn is Andrew's wife. Yes. Yeah, he's married to Wynn. He's dating Kit. How did you schedule who comes out? We talked to each other. I was like, hey, I haven't done the live stream with Andrew, and you two have. My turn. If you guys could have the ability to totally integrate, would you? No. Like that was a goal for a long time. But then I was like, I'm finally happy for the first time in existence. I don't want to integrate. I just want to be happy. And like, I was really emotional about it. And I texted Andrew and I was like, if I integrated, would you miss me? And his heart shattered. I think is what he said.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
And so now we've just decided that if we want, like whoever wants to integrate can, but you know, as long as we stay functional, that's what's important. And so like, I don't plan on ever integrating ever.
Yeah, I think the thought of that too, like if you guys have ever watched I don't even know what the full name of the anime is anymore. Bunny Senpai.
A Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girls.
That's it. Like the ending of that made me think of like what would happen if anyone integrated, and that's watch that anime and get to that ending, and that's kind of how I feel like that would go.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, oh my god, it's just like that. That's gonna be when we do a DID and anime episode, that one is gonna be on there. But watch it anyway because it's amazing and very uplifting and teaches a lot of good life lessons. So yeah, what would you say to every person who is skeptical of DID? I would just talk to them about it. Be like, why don't you believe it's true? You know, talk to me. Let me tell you about my experience. And I've met people who are skeptical about DID until they talk to us and they're like, oh, well, cool. Can Mistletoe send messages to the system even though she's integrated? No, because she is integrated. So that means that she is no longer a separate entity. Her part of the mind has blended together with Wynn and Kit.
Someone said, what's your favorite subscription box? Gachapon Crate.
And Doki Doki Crate.
Yeah. I think that's the same company that does both of those.
Yes.
But the Gachapon Crate is they just get you like 10 random little gachapons, and it's the most fun thing ever.
They're always adorable, never disappoint. Last time we had a sleeping sumo wrestler.
Yeah.
System have any fragments? Nope.
You guys should get some cat gachapon. I think we do. I don't know if that's something specific, but we have gotten 3 different little cat figures out of the gachapon crate.
We have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we've got our view count is starting to dwindle. And it's been about 2 hours. Do you feel like we should wrap up?
I think it's about time.
Cool. We'll do the final question. Yeah. How does Wynn feel about Andrew dating Kit? And how does Andrew feel about it? How does Andrew feel about it? By Mary McGrath right there.
Sorry, no, I'm looking at something.
Oh.
Are there little fruit hats for cats? What? Can you post a link to that? Because I am very curious about what this cat gachapon thing is. Because that sounds ridiculous.
You wouldn't let me keep the koala hat for that.
Yeah, because the cats hated that. Any plans for the rest of the day?
We're going to Barnes & Noble and we're going to get a storybook for Karen that Andrew's going to record himself. There's a storybooks where you can record yourself reading it so that when he takes his week-long work trips, Karen can still have Andrew read to her at night.
Kim is super cute. All right, guys. We do need to get going. So
before rush hour hits. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You're wonderful. Thanks for making my first duo live stream fun. My first planned live stream. Other than that one, I was surprise, I'm live now. But yeah, you guys have a great new year. I hope you had a really good holiday. Oh, there's not going to be a video on Monday because we've been really crazy busy. And we just didn't have time to record a video for Monday, but we'll be back up and going in January. We'll see you guys. Bye.